doing things you can't believe.
Yo, 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 what's good out there, good people in the world? You already know what it is. You got your three favorite guys from your favorite podcast, the Three Man Weave Podcast. As always, you got your favorite guy, Cannon.
Y'all already know who it is. Y'all already know who it is. I hear it, AJ. I hear you, AJ. Y'all already know it's your boy Hill. Hill go Hill regardless, baby. Boosie, holla at me. Holla at me, Boosie.
You already know it's the third. It's the third of the gang. You know what I mean, Mr. AJ El Presidente. We gonna get Boosie in here, teach him how to stroll. I can't do nothing but Chicago. My knees don't work like they used to.
I'm gonna get him right though. You know what I'm saying? He asked. He asked. He shall receive. You know what I'm saying?
Got
holla at me, Boosie. You know what I'm saying? We get you straight, B. You know what I'm saying? Gonna tell you, go to boot camp. Get your shoulders right. Get your shoulders off. Gotta start them off first. Then we gonna get you. You can get low. Boosie might not want to get low. He ain't getting low.
Nah, I don't think that.
We're just gonna get you right with Chicago. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Fat man.
Yeah, just get it. I'm gonna get you right, Boosie. Just holler at me, You know what I'm saying? The caption in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm in your comments. But you can catch us on all major podcast platforms, 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter, 3Man Weave. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Episode 58.
What?
Episode 58.
Ooh, we almost at 60, huh?
Yeah, we doing numbers.
Big numbers.
We're gonna start this thing off today, man.
What you got, AJ?
Don't we have a supporter question?
Yeah, we do. You trash. You're terrible. But we do have a supporter question. It's been a while from our guy, your favorite supporter, Nigel Simple Genius.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked us, let me pull it up right now. He said, boom, if we learn anything in the playoff this year, in my opinion, is that you do not need a franchise quarterback to win. You just need a great game manager that understands situational ball and knows how to keep the defense off the field, i.e. Kirk Cousins or Ryan Tannehill. That was the first part of his statement.
Mm-hmm.
Second part, with that being said, nah. We're going to go with the first part, then we're going to go with the second part. So, game manager, you don't need a top quarterback from what he learned, in his opinion, from the wild card game. Now, he got that off because he only named Kirk Cousins and Ryan Tannehill. Like, he just conveniently forgot about Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson on the other side.
Franchise. And he conveniently forgot Josh Allen going home because he was tricking off the whole game. He was trying to end it.
Yeah. To his point, he didn't understand situational football, if that's the case.
Do we consider Josh Allen more of a game manager or a franchise quarterback?
Nah, he's we don't know yet. He's a young player. I think.
So
for his resume, I can't give him a game manager for what he's been able to do so young. But he did. It was two tails of that game for him. He looked good early with the gimmicks and stuff like that. That was helping him out.
Mm-hmm.
But late, when you have to be that guy, he kind of disappeared. But it's still early in his career. It's kind of early for me to judge him, though.
But yeah, before you go, though, but it's hard. Go ahead.
Yeah, but what Cannon said, you said he looked good early, but when it was time to be that guy. So are we talking about game managers?
Young people gotta have a chance to become.
I don't. Once you get there. Yes, you can be young, but if you don't get it done at that point in time, you still didn't get it done. So according to our question,
I ain't like that, man. She wasn't feeling it.
According to the question, you can't just say because of Kirk Cousins and what Kirk Cousins did, because we've seen Kirk Cousins has balled.
Yeah, and that one pass to Thielen and the clutch, that was clutch.
Man, yeah, that was ain't nothing
the best pass of his career.
Ain't nothing about game.
So he said it during the game, and that's a fact because. That's the pass that got the monkey off his. He ain't win a chip yet, but at least he got his first playoff.
That was his first prime time, big win. Basically,
other than the game me and you was at.
Yeah, you like that game. Yeah. Other than that, It's been his first one. So yeah, that's the first monkey that he got more monkeys.
Yeah.
But that's the first monkey he got off his back.
I'm happy for him, man.
I don't consider Kirk Cousins a game manager. To be
I don't
honest.
either.
He's in the perfect system to
he's a top tier QB.
Manage the game.
He's a top tier QB.
This year or
just
he's a what?
He's a top tier. I'm not saying he's elite, but you can't let him hit the market. You have to have him on your team. If you can't let him walk away. I said tier.
But I'm saying top tier, like
QB.
No, he's not. No.
Based off what?
Based off what? That's what I'm saying.
Based off his history or what we talking about this year?
I'm talking about now.
No, I'm talking to AJ.
What has Kirk Cousins done to prove that he's top tier?
He balled this year, man.
It's plenty of quarterbacks who ball a year.
He balled
top tier is
you can't, and that's the thing. Like you can't blame the Redskins not winning on Kirk because I was there. I went to every single home game under RG3 and Kirk Cousins, every single one, and bro, it was bigger than a quarterback for us. We could have had Aaron Rodgers, still would have lost games.
Now we keep it. You used to blame Kirk. You used to say like.
Top tier, but top tier guys win in spite of their team's flaws.
In hindsight, I was wrong, and I can admit that. After seeing once he left,
got in the right system.
Nah, not even him. Just the Redskins and how we're operating, and seeing that he was trying to be successful in that. And kudos to him for that. But I always said that I like Kirk Cousins. I never said that I didn't like him. But yeah, he did used to blow me because he threw a couple picks and fumbled in the clutch a couple times. But that's neither here nor there.
Back to Josh Allen though, like I said, he already exceeded my expectations for him anyway. But to be quite honest, to be objective about it, he had 0 weapons last year. And they went out as a good GM did, went and got him some weapons, went and got him John Brown, went and got him Cole Beasley, went drafted the tight end, went and got him a running back, and they put actual weapons around him. And this was the first time that he actually had weapons around him, and you've seen flashes of that he can actually be a good quarterback. Like I said, I had no faith in him being a good quarterback, and he already exceeded that expectation. So yeah, he might be labeled a good game manager right now. Yeah, he didn't understand situational football, but let's go back to Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill couldn't throw. He couldn't throw it all last week, to be quite honest, and they couldn't stop Derrick Henry. So what are we praising Ryan Tannehill for? Just not throwing a pick?
Because he managed the game. That was to Nigel's point. He technically managed the game last week.
Okay, but when I first say when we started off, you just going to neglect that Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, our franchise quarterback. They are 2 quarterbacks that won. And did you see what Deshaun Watson did to win that game?
Yes, I did. Come on now. I was talking to you when that happened.
Ain't game management, nothing.
That's Superman.
That's franchise right there.
That's Superman.
Yeah. And so to answer his point, you got to have like I asked last week about the individual statistical leaders. And y'all told me it's a team. Basically, we need a team. You need a team, dog. You're not about to just go out here. You can't go out there with no bum quarterback and just think he gonna game manage this thing too. Cause we done seen plenty game managers win a wild card and that's it. Which game manager winning the ring?
Let me jump out there and say, how long ago was that?
But he had the greatest defense at the time.
Exactly. And so let me jump in. Let me say something.
Let me just say this real quick before you go. This is to Nigel. If a game manager is to win, he has to have everything clicking around him.
Everything.
Receivers, an offensive line, running back, a stout defense, and special teams. That's the only way. Other than that, you need a good quarterback or a franchise guy. That's your only chance. Go ahead, AJ.
No, that's pretty much was my point.
That's why he stopped you. That's why you stopped. You knew it.
Exactly. I knew it was coming on.
So the second part to his question, he said, with that being said, teams like the Bengals, Miami, and the other top 10 teams in these years draft a quarterback or focus on other talent Or
I'm going
focus on
first.
talents like
Yeah, you
getting the
got that.
Chase Young.
I'm going
Or
first.
stripping up their areas and
I
finding a
am
veteran
going
quarterback in free
first.
agency. Boom, let's go, AJ.
Hold on. Read the last part.
I was trying to. AJ wouldn't let me go. With that being said, should teams like the Bengals, Miami, or the other top 10 teams in the draft a quarterback or focus on other talent like getting a Chase Young or stripping up other areas of their team and just finding a veteran quarterback for their team? Go, AJ.
If you don't get that bullshit,
So, no, get your quarterback. And you know why? Because I've had a game manager quarterback since 2011. And I have
Right.
understood that if everything is not perfect, we ain't going nowhere. We go nowhere. One offensive lineman get hurt, things fall apart. AJ Green get hurt, it is over. You see what I'm saying? So you know what? Get the quarterback. Because in the NFL, it is proven that these the evaluators, they're great at evaluating talent almost at every other position, but for some reason nobody can understand what it takes to actually evaluate a quarterback. Mitch Trubisky got drafted ahead of Patrick Mahomes. People traded up for Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, they did. The
Bears traded up one spot for the 49ers to go get Mitch Trubisky. Like
and the
they
49ers took the better player.
They didn't take Mitch.
No, I'm saying they went behind the Bears and took a better player.
We was at that. We watched that draft together, and I told you that day that was one of the stupidest things I ever seen.
Go up. And so my whole thing is, you know what? We've always talked about building a team, and trying to, establish pieces so you could, have a bridge quarterback, but if you think you can get your guy, you got to try it.
Yeah.
Especially
I guess that's what the Bears did, right?
But see, my thing is when I say when you think to me, it's usually consensus. Mitch Trubisky wasn't consensus. Josh Allen wasn't consensus. You know what I mean? And it was like from the eye test, from what you see, it's like, why wouldn't you go Deshaun Watson? There was no reason that Deshaun Watson should have slipped. We've seen it. And I don't want to get into the particulars because if Deshaun Watson was David Wilbur or somebody like that, and he looked like Josh Allen, and Josh Allen looked like Deshaun Watson, I guarantee you Deshaun Watson, if he was white, would have got drafted where Josh Allen got drafted and vice versa. Because Josh Allen is a running quarterback. There was questions about his accuracy, his talent, his competition that he played against. But people said, oh, he looked the part. He has a strong arm. He can, throw in cold weather. Lamar Jackson, a running quarterback, Deshaun Watson, those two, they were questioning their arm strength. They were questioning whether the talent that they were playing with actually made them worse. Like, would not made them worse, but inflated their stats, inflated their film.
Really? At Louisville? Really?
Yes, really.
They inflated stats at Louisville?
Kenny. Mitch Trubisky started one season at North Carolina.
One season.
And he didn't even light it up like it was.
He game managed. He literally game managed.
When you put the measuring tape on him, when you weigh him, when you see how wide his hands are, he looks the part. No. He didn't put nothing on film.
No, I never saw none of that.
And it's really the same with the Rooney Rule. People will mortgage their future for someone
I'm trying to figure out how we knew that Mitch wasn't the guy, and nobody's paying us. Like, we could have told you, Mitch is not the guy.
Off rip.
When the trade came in, no.
Spot up. When you ain't have to trade, Won't nobody jumping up to go get Mitch. Mitch. You mentioned the Rooney Rule.
You could have got him in the second round.
Same thing they was talking about with Daniel Jones.
And you see how that turned out. You mentioned the Rooney Rule. We hear everybody been late to the party.
Go back a year ago, and then you'll hear everything we said about
the year to the day.
Mm-hmm.
It was, we've been on it. Like,
We've been on it.
14, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
I got a little twist though, not a little twist to the Rooney Rule though, but
Young Money.
nah, where is Lil Twist? But anyway, who was our candidates though? Who other than Eric Bieniemy? Who are our black candidates? Like we going all hard for the black. For
I
the Rooney Rule.
haven't said anything this
I know you haven't, but we as the media, the other media, and
I said it
everybody
when
else,
we had black
I'm
candidates.
just saying who are the candidates though?
Right
Other
now,
than
it's Eric B.
Okay, let me go back to the Rooney Rule conversation that we had last year. We said, remember what I said? It was so many unqualified people getting head coaching positions because they were considered to be an offensive genius, a quarterback guru. They worked well with the quarterback, and the head coach was struggling, so they just promoted the offensive coordinator who worked well with the quarterback up to head coach, i.e. Dirk Cutter.
Yeah.
There's only 2 black offensive coordinators in the NFL, Byron Leftwich and Eric Bieniemy. So when you say
legit.
So when you say who are our candidates, it's because of what hinders us. When you actually go down the tree, let's start talking about how many black wide receiver coaches there are, how many black running back coaches there are. I mean, Judge Joe Brown, he just got picked from one of the worst wide receiving corps that everybody been talking about because they bailing Tom Brady out because they wide receivers ain't doing nothing. He got a head coaching job. His unit's not even doing good. So I don't want to hear who are our candidates because that is null and void because he shouldn't have been a candidate.
Null and void. It's not null and void.
No. Let me say. That's a very good point, AJ.
It's a great point.
You just sold me because there are black wide receiver coaches. And if they can get a wide receiver coach to a head coaching job, why can't we?
That's not what I'm arguing.
Especially if we're doing the Rooney Rule. So if teams are doing the Rooney Rule, you telling me every team interviewed Byron Leftwich and Eric B?
Byron Leftwich hasn't got an interview yet.
You see what I'm saying? And he's still
as a crowd. It's an indictment because Bruce Arians then went out his way to let the world know that he's a real Byron Leftwich. He letting them know Byron Leftwich is calling the plays. Yeah, this is my offense. Byron Leftwich is calling the plays. They still like, oh yeah, this Bruce Arians. Yeah, they praising Bruce Arians way more than they praising Byron Leftwich. Been legit, but that's not what I'm asking. Who are the candidates? And when I ask who are the candidates,
all right.
But think about even before black college candidates too.
But think about that's second part.
Cannon, because that's my point right there.
But think
about these other candidates though. Greg Roman, Wink Martindale, the assistants for the Ravens. Who else in the playoffs? The defensive coordinator for the 49ers. Who else in the playoffs? All these other, these assistants. They're white. We know them. And I asked y'all a question. I'm like, who are our candidates? I know all these white candidates. And the funny thing about it, they let it be known who the next up. They let it be known. Okay, they didn't get hired. Okay, these white people didn't get hired either.
Okay.
But they still letting us know who's up. We don't know who up for us. We had Chris Rashad up, and he dropped the ball on that. We ready to get him. We ready to vouch for him. Everybody ready to stand on the table for that. You've been talking. I have not. You told me my point was null and void. You just told me that.
I didn't say told me that. I did not say your point is null and void. I was talking about. No, I said them saying Joe Judge was a wide receiver coach, and who was it? There's plenty of black wide receiver coaches and things like that. And so I said their point is null and void, being that the quickest way to a head coach is the offensive coordinator.
But
so that's what I never said your point was null and void. So now what I want to say is you're talking about who are our candidates. It's a reason why we don't know who our candidates is, because half the time they'll just get a black DB coach or a black wide receiver coach or somebody just to come in and say, hey, have you heard that we fired our coach and that we're interviewing? You have? Okay, thank you for your time. We've just, did everything that we needed to do for the Rooney Rule. Because look at so you said so when we were talking
can't even get a
when we were talking about Matt Rule and you was talking about how you do like how he built up programs and his track record of building up programs. James Franklin he built up Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt was one of the worst teams in the country, let alone the SEC. He got them to two back-to-back 9-win seasons at Vanderbilt, where it's not like one of them other schools where it's just hard to recruit. It's hard to recruit because you got academic standards too, and you're in the SEC. So he built up Vanderbilt,
and got academic standards though.
And then he built up Penn State. After Penn State, nobody thought Penn State was going to come back after the sanctions that they had, and he has 3 11-win seasons at Penn State. So to me, before Matt Rule, shouldn't James Franklin have been a candidate too?
But he don't want to leave Penn State.
Thank you, Cannon. That's what I'm saying.
So my whole thing is,
he didn't want to leave. So how we going to give him a job that he don't want?
Has anybody called him from the NFL?
Has he called anybody and told him that I'm interested in getting to the NFL?
Matt Rule made it known.
Look, how many other
Matt Rule go ahead.
Lincoln Riley name come up all the time. Nick Saban name come up all the time.
Because
Urban Meyer's name come up all the time.
But Nick always
I've never heard Urban Meyer say
I'm not interested. That's just,
but they still bring up his name.
Clickbait.
They brought up Urban Meyer's name this year because he put his name in the hat.
Yeah,
his own self.
He been sitting on the Redskins sideline.
He was on Colin Cowherd's show and was basically lobbying for jobs.
Redskins was gonna make him GM.
Ain't never did nothing for nothing.
So Cliff Kingsbury was just like, hey, I'm the perfect NFL candidate. Somebody hire me. He was
supposed to be a hot name as offensive coordinator. Yes, but then next thing you know what? They've been using his spread offense. Look, I'm not vouching for him to get a job, but I'm saying I'm talking
about his resume. That's what people been getting hired off of, his resume. He was barely about to get the OC job at USC.
They really old.
He definitely football ain't changed.
Yeah, it's Eric Coryell. That's what it is.
Football ain't changed, but back to your point about James Franklin. He don't want to leave.
I wouldn't.
He don't want to.
Penn State, Alabama. There's certain college jobs. If you secure,
you just shit. And Penn State is one of them.
Like Joe Paco said for how many years,
bro died after he left. The moment he left the job, he died.
And so James Franklin finna do the same.
He tried to die off the job. And so you want him to go die for the Bengals. He's trying to die in Pennsylvania.
I've never said die for the Bengals, but also half the time these coaches always, like a lot of these coaches will always say, I'm committed here, I'm committed here, I'm committed here, because they're trying to hold their recruiting class together just in case that the job that they want doesn't come available. And then half the time they will bolt because Nick Saban wasn't supposed to leave LSU. Then he ended up in Miami. So it does happen. Pete Carroll wasn't supposed to leave. Pete Carroll wasn't supposed to leave USC. Then he ended up in Seattle.
He told Miami he won't leave it either, and he went straight to Alabama.
Your Pete Carroll point. Pete Carroll was flirting with the NFL for the longest since he got to USC, and the moment they got them allegations, he got up out of there.
But that's what I'm saying. The allegations, but that's what got him up out of there. They be trying to hold their recruiting cast together, so they always say, "I'm here, I'm committed, I'm committed, I'm committed," and then they'll vote next to.
It depends on the person. Pete Carroll want that freedom of the NFL. Nick Saban know how to maximize the college system because of his resume.
Was a king in LA.
But those like Hill said, he was gonna lose recruits after that, and then he was not gonna be the king. Yeah. And so he made a business decision. He's smart. And Nick Saban still has that resume and that prowess and that mystique to where he can go to sleep and people still want to come there. Walk-ons who were top recruits at other schools just want to walk on for Nick, man. And so why leave when you got the pick of the crop and go and have to draft like you was doing at Miami and get only maybe 1 or 2 players per year? He realized that was not his gig, man. He can't win like that.
But back to my original point about us not knowing knowing the candidates. We know the candidates. We knew Josh McDaniels was going to be another top candidate.
But honestly, I'm not sold on Josh McDaniels, and I'm tired of them.
And I understand that, but do you know he's a candidate, right?
I do know he's a candidate,
and that's what I'm saying. Every other we had a list. AJ, you threw a list out of us of who gonna get fired next year, and you said, "Boom, which job should he get?" We already know the candidates already.
Okay,
we know their candidates. Who are our candidates?
How many
knock for nothing that we don't got? We don't know nothing.
Okay, but how many retreads of these white coaches do we get that they failed miserably places, but then somehow they still get chances after chances?
How many retreads? That retread trend is starting to die.
It's starting to, but Josh McDaniels' name still coming up. People still be trying to see about people. They
He
be still
resurrected
kicking
his.
aside.
I mean, of course,
He
okay, Cannon
resurrected
not
it
so, but he resurrected his
He
image.
resurrected it as a coordinator again.
So now it's time.
I'm not sold as the coach.
But he resurrected himself to say, okay, let's try it again.
He did. He did go back and play his
Just
role
like
for
just
for a
like
minute.
most retreads, they go back to coordinator like, you know what? Let's give him another shot. Who's mad? Are we really mad at that? Like,
No, I'm not.
let's be honest.
That's what you wanted.
No, AJ. I don't know. I don't know what else. Like I said, we don't know the candidate.
That's AJ's job, bro. That's a character trait. That's what I tell my kids, man. That's a character trait of AJ, regardless of how bleak the argument is. He's
simple.
going to ride for his side, bro.
But it's simple.
And I love that about AJ, bro.
That's my guy.
He can make the smallest of minuscule evidence or validation points win an argument, and very few people can do that.
We already know we in a lose-lose situation with the Rooney Rule.
And that's why last year I said get rid of it.
And but that
we get rid of, we ain't never gonna get a candidate.
And I agree with you.
I feel
both said
are we gonna get one still because of the Rooney Rule?
it's fake, bro.
We didn't get one this year, but a lot of jobs didn't open. Let's think about it. We had a whole list about who was gonna get fired, and none of them jobs came up.
Satisfied the rule.
That's one.
And I know you don't want to, but bro, you got to take a minority's a minority.
I just said that was one.
Yeah.
A lot of jobs didn't open though. We didn't have a lot of jobs. So we just yelling, boycotting for no reason.
Which is why I wasn't boycotting this year. I did it last year. When we had candidates.
But I'm just saying we out here riding. We had a lot of candidates last year and they didn't get the job. Boom, I feel you.
Wilkes can have a job. He got, if they retread for McDaniels, why can't Wilkes have a job?
And then on top of it, he went and had a bad year playing defensive coordinator with the Browns. He took another bad job. Now he unemployed again.
If you black, don't do anything in Cleveland.
So
you said that.
Good luck, Nigel. While we on the NFL though, Hill, do you know the games? The divisional. We got a divisional round coming up this week, right?
Yeah.
Who we got? And everybody give your picks.
We're gonna start off with the Titans and the Ravens. Saturday, 8:15.
Oh, you know who Cannon going with. Do I got to say it?
Yeah.
Ravens.
I got the Ravens.
Lamar.
We want AJ to say it.
In Jackson.
We want AJ to say who he got.
Titans.
AJ, who do you have? Shout out to Ro. Yeah. Do you believe that? Or you just saying that because
he just saying it.
Nah,
I believe it. I'm
You
going
don't.
for the upset. I'm going for the upset.
Is it an upset?
I think it would be an upset.
Because you got defense and offense coming into the building.
The reason why I mean, record-wise, of course, it'd be an upset, but this looked like a mirror match. Like, it's the same type of team, basically.
It is the same type of team.
Running
this
game.
This game is going to be 20 minutes long.
Yeah, better.
That's the only difference.
Okay, better quarterback. Okay, they got the better wide receivers.
This game gonna be 20 minutes long. This is gonna be a whole bunch of running. This is gonna be a running clock.
Henry finna get off, or try to, but that Ravens D stout now.
It's gonna be an ugly game. That thing gonna be like 17-20.
You got to give Derrick Henry 22 touches minimum.
22, 20, 30.
That is 5 of them things. He built for it.
Not 35 of them things.
He built for it tough. They 5 of them things.
Hey, all them incentives and contracts he carries.
And if he do 35 of them things, bro, they better pay this man.
Oh, I mean, that's another story.
Yeah, running back, man.
But I'm sorry, if you're doing 35, that's a different story.
So we got, all right, so we good on, you got anything else on that one, AJ?
I'm good.
I'm straight.
The first one, 4:00 game Saturday, Vikings and 49ers.
That's a tough pick right there, man.
Tough for who?
For people. If you're not a fan of either team, who you rolling with?
I'm going with the Vikings.
I'm going with the Vikings too.
So why ain't that should have been a tough?
But it's a tough pick for me, and I'm technically only going with the Vikings because of
I'm going with everything else.
The coach and Kirk,
all the intangibles.
So I wanted to go. I
take Kirk over Jimmy.
I want to see my boy. I want to see my boy Dalvin get play on the biggest stage.
He healthy.
Who you picking though?
He healthy.
Nah, I'm gonna go Vikings. I wanted to do the 49ers. I just
got the Vikings.
No, I just changed because I want to see Dalvin, my boy. So I want to see him advance. But in my heart's going Vikings. My head's picking 49ers. So I'm going Vikings.
So we all got the Vikings, like I said.
You just set me up, AJ. Thanks a lot.
It's crazy. Only reason, because this is the time. See, Kurt been in the playoffs before.
With Green Bay one time.
Oh my
God. Did they beat him? I mean, of course, Green Bay beat y'all, but he been there. First time with the Vikings, he won his first game.
Yeah.
Jimmy G, he don't know nothing about these playoffs.
And
Jimmy G don't know nothing about this playoff, and the only player on their team that know about the playoff is Richard Sherman and Emmanuel Sanders. The rest of the team don't know nothing about this moment right here.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Kyle Shanahan.
Sometimes that'd be good though. You just
Shanahan
out there and you go play.
And what he do in that moment? Drop the ball. Drop
the ball
in this moment. He didn't. He didn't. The Falcons didn't blow that lead against
the Patriots, but I mean that's the biggest stage, ain't it?
And he didn't drop the ball.
I mean, he did, but that's
okay then. So
running that thing this year, though.
Players got to play at the end of the day.
No, he should have ran the ball.
Yeah, well,
he got cute. And that's what he tended to do. Kyle Shanahan tends to get cute.
All the Shanahans tend to get cute.
All right, well, get cute Saturday. It's gonna get ugly in Minnesota. We already did Titans. Come on, NFL page.
Yeah, they weak.
They
wild. I know we got the
Chiefs and Texans.
Yeah, Texans and the Chiefs. I want to go with the Texans.
I want to, but
I'm not.
I can't, bro.
I'm definitely going with the Chiefs.
And you know what?
I'm definitely going with the Chiefs because I'm definitely going with the Andy Reid factor.
That's what I was about to say.
Bill O'Brien, you keep playing around, and you can play around with Sean McDermott that don't know nothing about the playoffs coaching.
And Deshaun bailed you out.
Yeah. What you ain't gonna do is keep playing around with Andy Reid. Now Andy Reid this the time that he shine
because he gonna run it up when you playing around
until it gets to the championship game.
But this
right here,
I was about to say
Andy Reid is gonna get one before it's over, bro.
How do we know that? I hope, but how do we know that?
He's gonna get one.
I think that's one of the ones that he deserves.
You hearing it right here, right now?
All right.
Andy Reid is gonna get one before it's over.
I think this is his year to get it. If the
can't
get no better.
But honestly, I'm picking the Chiefs now, but if the Ravens win this week and the Chiefs win,
you go switch
I'm going Ravens, bro. Sorry, Andy. This won't be a year if Lamar's in this thing.
So
man.
we all got the Chiefs.
Got the Chiefs.
All right.
Sorry, Deshaun.
Seahawks and Packers.
Seahawks, man.
I'm definitely going Seahawks. And that's just personal. No logic.
Packers.
No logic.
Going Packers.
You know why I can't? I can't.
I got logic. It's all hate, but
every single time I went against Russell Wilson or I've picked against him in my career, he's proven me wrong. And so this time, I'm going Russell, man. I'm going Russell. He always finds a way. And they say that about Aaron Rodgers too, but I think more so Russell than Aaron Rodgers, man.
Yo, so speaking of this game, while I was watching last week's playoffs game, I had a question, and I want to get y'all thoughts on this. In their primes, what did you say?
Our thoughts on this?
Well, can we give our predictions for you? Give us this.
Damn! I thought we gave the predictions.
Yeah, be done.
Oh, I had a little. All right, well, go ahead.
So after watching the Seahawks game last week, I wanted to know in their prime, who ran harder, Marshawn Lynch or AP?
Oh, AP, man. AP stepped on people's faces, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm not talking about
Marshawn
just like
Lynch is
breakaway
ran
speed.
harder.
I'm
Yeah,
talking about
because
just
Marshawn
runs
Lynch
harder.
he's naturally the bigger dude, man. And AP
Whoa,
is small. The things
What?
that we've
Have you
seen.
have you seen AP? Did you just call AP small?
I'm not saying he's small, but I'm just saying compared naturally. Like AP gotta work for that, man.
No, he been that big since he was 16.
His hands,
There's stories about him.
but
He
bro,
used,
I'm
he used to
going.
do box jumps with 100-pound dumbbells.
I'm going AP, bro.
I'm going Marshawn, bro. I like
That stiff arm, he got some signature plays, but it's the consistency that I've seen with AP. Like,
bro. I've seen
you've
Marshawn
seen him do
lose
stuff
2
this
yards.
year.
Bro,
Oh,
I've seen
the-
Marshawn lose 2 yards and
But
like
he-
be killing
question-
people.
The
Question
question
wasn't his
is
prime.
running hard.
No, not in his prime. It's all about running.
Running hard.
I'm trying
He
to
runs
tell
hard.
you, AP the hardest I done seen, bro.
I think AP's running harder now than he's ever ran before.
What? Do you remember?
'Cause I think 'cause he
play
has
on the
to.
Vikings
No, 'cause he
when
has
played
to.
for the Vikings, and he just truck. I don't remember
Oh,
who it was,
yeah,
and then
come
he
on.
stepped on his face, bro.
This is tough. This was a
That's
tough
one of the
question.
hardest individual efforts I've ever seen in the league, bro.
But
the
did
cleanest truck.
he do beast mode? Did he do a beast quake?
That beast mode was ridiculous, bro. But some of that was just wholeness on the other side. Like I remember,
You sold me.
you see what I'm saying? Like I remember when AP, the person that AP trucked, he was supposed to be the guy on the other team. I can't remember his name, but if we go back and we get this clip, if Michelle can find this clip and edit it in,
I feel
like the Vikings clip when Adrian Peterson trucked somebody, I think it was the Bears, and stepped on his face.
Yeah.
Favre on third down, over the top. The pass is complete for a first down. Adrian Peterson takes it all the way down inside the 30 to the 26-yard line.
That's the exact game you talk about. I don't know who this player is, but he ain't no player no more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was the end of him.
Yeah. It was yeah, I felt bad for him.
And beast mode, like he got out, but
I think
he served up some suckers, man.
I think
Let's not say he served up them suckers because he been doing this. I seen him do this stuff to Patrick Willis.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Like,
I can't remember. I
It's-
need a
that's-
refresher
we
on
got-
the Patrick
we
Willis.
don't worry. I'm sending it to you right now. We ain't gonna have
It's
it
gonna be
on the.
It
We
has to
ain't
be a
gonna have it on the
question,
show, but I'm just trying to tell y'all, look,
We'll
man,
send that
don't
to-
sleep
to me.
old.
But that's cool. That's cool. But you know what? I can't be mad if you go.
I said it was a tough one. Said it was a tough one.
But I'm rolling with my guy, man.
I feel
AP, man.
You biased though.
No, 100%.
Nah, even before.
Nah, man, that's
if
a-
he would have never came, I was an AP fan at Oklahoma, man. Back when he broke the collarbone, just trying to get in the end zone.
Trying to truck for no reason. Just
For
doing
no
too,
reason.
Doing too much. Yo, is y'all sold on? Obviously y'all not sold on Green Bay because y'all didn't pick them, right?
I did.
I'm not.
You
sold.
picked them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you are sold, or you not sold on Seahawks?
He picked him because he didn't want us to be consensus.
No, I think after seeing what Seattle, of course, Russell Wilson is amazing, but just seeing kind of like them going against the Eagles was kind of in that game for a little bit.
It was in the game,
Like,
the whole game.
But the Eagles are scrappy. They're scrappy. And they got a good coach, bro.
It looked like McCown was out there doing swagging with the same.
Once McCown came in, it was over, and they still
Was it over?
Just
It was still a one possession game in the entire
because they
game.
was running it and keeping them in it, but it shouldn't have been. If
But
that was any
that's
other
what I'm
team
saying.
and their
That's what I'm
quarterback was
saying.
out,
Mhm.
they
Aaron,
wouldn't have been in the game. That's why I said the Eagles. You got to give them credit for that.
and that's
I'm
why I
giving
picked, and that's why I picked the Packers. From what you said, they was running it. Aaron Jones.
Eagles would have beat the
He-
Packers, bro.
Aaron Jones might be. Aaron Jones is going to be the difference maker in this
Yeah.
game, catching
Yeah, he's so-
and running.
Aaron Jones.
So
is-
if
beast.
if
I
Aaron
was
if
faking on
Aaron
him.
Jones get loose, it's gonna make the day real hard.
Clowney
for-
got to show me he can stop the run.
And I think Green Bay's secondary is going to be better than.
I'm not
That's
sold.
not
I'm
a
not
hot
sold.
take. You know,
No,
they better than
that's
Philly.
not a hot take.
Oh,
They
yeah.
better than Philly.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm
why I
saying.
say that's
So,
not a hot take. Yeah, that's
It's not. I'm not giving a
better
hot
than
take. I'm just saying.
But Russell also, people tend to play to they play to what they're playing against. So it's like
I believe that Green Bay Packers are the weakest 13-3 team I've ever seen in my life.
But they still a 13-3 team. So you know what?
And that don't mean much. My Cowboys was 13-3 and lost their first game too. What are you saying?
Went home with Romo.
Yeah,
I remember that thing.
we did this multiple times.
Sent them
Like what
home.
we talking about? Like what we talking about, bro? Like
Romo
come on, bro.
Romo couldn't do it, bro.
I don't believe Green Bay gonna do it. They ain't really. Have you watched it? If you watched the Green Bay game, they had a few games that they looked like okay, Green Bay legit. And then a lot of their games all year they realized that they squeaked by or they finally beat an inferior team because they had a weak schedule this year because they was weak last year. And come on, man. I ain't sold. And if they win, whatever.
Ever, except for 1 year, been sold on Green Bay. And it wasn't even when Aaron Rodgers was playing. So,
yeah,
there you have it.
All right. So, got our divisional out the way. What you got, AJ? Nothing? You ain't got nothing.
Nichelle has something.
I know because AJ ain't got nothing.
What you got, Nichelle?
We're listening.
Nichelle, Earth to Nichelle.
She talking, AJ. Earth to Nichelle.
Alright, I'm gonna just word it like this.
Okay.
Does black trauma sell more than positive?
Does black trauma sell more than positive? That's her question. And I'm going to answer with one word. Yes.
Yo.
But y'all can expound.
Yo, positivity is just like having a game manager at quarterback. You got to have
great analogy.
Everything
perfect
around it to hit. Think about how long, this is not a movie, but think about how long it took Blackish to really hit for everybody. Blackish came out the gate as a good show.
It was. It's still, yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
But it was in the competition with Empire at the time. You got positive, you got negative. We always, for some reason, we don't know why. It's no logic behind it. We always gravitate towards the negative. And it takes more time it takes more time for the positive to gain some steam or some,
You know why? It's easier, bro. It's easier to have no morals. It's easier to do wrong. That's why it's more people that do wrong than people who do right. Because it takes discipline. It takes dedication. It takes guts to do what you know is right in the midst of everybody else still doing what's wrong.
Heathen AJ has something to say. Go ahead.
Positivity. Hey, we talking positivity. Positivity. Come on, man.
If you don't get that bullshit out of my face,
like I just feel, of course, the pain and stuff is gonna sell because honestly, when we do black love stories, Tyler Perry, he got a monopoly on the black love stories.
Yeah,
he doing all that, and for the most part, those movies will do big with us, but they won't get critically acclaimed like the slave stories.
They won't.
Yes, so the positivity stuff that shows good with us. That it comes out well with us. We will go support. We go to our movies. We go see.
We do. That's
we
a
go
fact.
See. We go see us. We go see Get Out. We're gonna go see Bad Boys 2. We're gonna go see all
we
that.
are. We are.
You couldn't
going on the 17th.
Hold on. You couldn't hear her, but she said, "Do you think Tyler Perry is positive?" And she said, "Ta."
Oh, I think
more positive.
I think Tyler Perry the worst thing that happened.
That you were talking about pre-production. Huh?
Tyler Perry is the worst thing that happened to black people since integration.
Ooh.
But here's the thing. Here's what I wanted to say. This is my non-cliche answer because I jumped out there with yes. But here's the thing. How many black success stories took place without trauma?
Man,
I can't find
none. You
none.
know whose fault this is?
I can't find none because in order for a black person in the United States of America or this world that we live in to come up, you're gonna have to fight, scratch, and claw for every single thing you get. And it ain't gonna be for cheap. You're gonna pay the ultimate
Them
price.
crackers.
I'm not supporting you on that, man.
How can we get a common blend?
But
Them
no,
crackers.
Nichelle, on the real, like let's be honest. Most success stories, not even black, they're dirty, gritty, and grimy underneath.
You know what?
They are.
Wait. So here's my thing. My issue, Nichelle, yes, you know what? We do have some black success stories that, have turned into movies and we supported them. For the most part,
was positive.
But we don't keep it. We don't keep it as ours because let's talk about Hidden Figures. Has everyone seen Hidden Figures?
Oh,
Come on,
man.
AJ.
Well, see, here's my issue with Hidden Figures. When you talk to these women, that white dude that helped them out, that get them there, his ass ain't never existed. But they always want to put the white savior to say, you know what? Let's show that we can work together. They don't do that not in their movies. They don't. Thank you, Bella. Look, yeah, Bella. They don't never add us into their movies and say, oh, look, they helped us get to where we at. Nah, we need to own ours. So when we do have these good movies.
And Tyler Perry, to your point, is the only person that's owning.
But then he be putting black men with like the Shamar Moore lace front braids, and that just make black men look really, really bad. I don't care about all the other stuff.
I hate the lace front braids, bro. It's the worst.
That was horrible.
Lace front braids on Shamar Moore.
You should have never done that ever in life, never.
He should have. Why couldn't he have a Caesar, bro?
He should have just did anything other than the lace front braids. Lace
and
front
Shamar
braids should never been an option.
He got the curly top. Could have gave him the curly top.
Anything other than the lace
He
front
did
braids.
not have to
It's not
have
an option.
braids.
But can we get? I think it's to answer your question, Nichelle. It's still negativity is entertaining.
Even when it's not black.
Why do you think Love and Hip Hop is still running?
And I hate Love
Them
and Hip Hop.
crackers.
But it's still we're gonna get canceled.
We canceled, bro. Everything.
But can we get?
Sorry, Vibe Squad.
Can you? But it's like, but can we get a common blend? Think about Godfather of Harlem. The premise of that is a crack dealer, a drug dealer, heroin dealer. He's a drug dealer. But we also getting the history lessons from how the Nation of Islam is, how they move, how Malcolm
the
moved.
Harlem Renaissance.
We getting a lot of
Black
history in
business
there.
owners. It's a lot of stuff.
But the premise of this story is negative. But like I'm saying, it's a common blend because, like we said, we getting a lot of positivity in that.
Ooh.
So I'm out here changing that narrative. These narratives don't get changed.
And to go off of
Ashley sold on Godfather of Harlem.
So
to go off of your point, I just realized it's impossible for us to have a story without pain in it, without the struggle in it.
I said that, bro.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
impossible. Because
It's impossible.
when did segregation end? Quote unquote.
Not even long ago. It
That's
still
what I'm
exists.
saying.
It still
But
exists.
that's what I'm saying.
I
Quote-
teach at a
quote-
school that's 99.9% African American, bro.
Bro.
And
Sorry.
the
It
other
ended in
1%,
1964.
the other
My mama
point
was born in 63.
01
Don't
is
kill me, mama.
Hispanic.
yeah, that's it.
So you can't have
It's modern day. It's 2020.
exactly. So you can't have an era history lesson, a story about our people without that, because we've all come through that. We're like you
I
said,
agree.
it's still embedded in us. We're children of segregation, because my mom was born the year before segregation was taking place. My grandma was born well into segregation, and
Kick facts, bro.
and so of course we cannot tell a story with that, because segregation didn't end in 1964. You know why? Because the people who believe that didn't just automatically say, oh, well, your kids can come to school with my kids. I love black people now. Nah, because all that stuff is still taught.
They still were alive. It's still carried on, and it still lives on to this day.
And that's why the Rooney Rule ain't never gonna be shit, because those people is in the offices doing the hiring.
That's unfortunate.
That's That's not why.
Because we should all, and that's why I said it ain't just for black culture that negativity sells more. It's especially in American culture more than anything. We
We like
love
car accidents. We like car accidents.
we love car accidents. We love the villain. We love everything bad. We love the felon converted to millionaire. That's our favorite thing in America.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the American dream. And so it's sad, but unfortunately it's true because even America's history,
That's exactly what American history is.
it's thank you.
Negative.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's built on blood.
Built on blood.
But I mean, you gotta work.
We canceled after this show. I'm telling y'all though.
We already know that. We might as well just go ahead and get
It ain't just AJ. We canceled after this show.
You might.
I don't care.
You gotta work hard.
We'll just start it again under a new name.
That's a fact.
But
Ain't that what Trump did with all his businesses?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
That is a fact. We got nothing.
We
got
got
no
10
more.
minutes, man.
Hey, you got to think about what. See, that's why we need more Faith Over Fear series
We do. We need more on the shelves out there. And the thing is,
that can create this content. It's positive content,
yeah,
and you can just portray it, put it out to the world.
because that's bold and that takes more guts. And that's why you even had fear with dealing with faith over fear.
Haha.
You see what I'm saying? Because it takes guts to do this, to do the right thing. When everybody, we live in a generation of followers more than
That's a
ever.
fact.
And my mother, when I was a little boy, that's all my mother said to me was,
It was a long time ago.
"Don't be a follower." I'm young. I'm young. My mother told me, "Don't be a follower, Brian."
Yeah.
Like that was her number one thing, and
You listen.
I did. I do my own thing to this day. I don't have to. It's like I could be a part of the in crowd. I don't have to be though.
I don't even like crowds.
I don't.
Y'all don't.
That's why. Why you think I roll with AJ? Why you think he's my guy? Because
I rock with him too. Sometimes I got.
and I've always liked AJ. I've always liked AJ from the jump.
I ain't like him.
I did.
Yeah, was gonna
I
fight
did
AJ.
when in 11, bro.
Yeah, he'll have some static.
Yeah, we definitely had some static.
That was Hill's fault though. I had to
How?
let Hill
A
know.
lot
You
of
ain't-
fault.
Look,
you just ain't about
I've,
to just joke
I've
me.
had static with Hill.
Hill thought he was just gonna get some jokes off on me, and I wasn't gonna fire back. Hill didn't follow me when I was originally on Twitter at
Listen.
twisted_mental. I ain't
Listen,
had that name
bro.
for no reason.
I almost fought Hill and my blood brother at the same time,
Yeah.
and that's a true story.
But you can't be friends with Hill if you don't square up with Hill.
You
like,
can't. You
it's
can't
just-
be. You
You
can't
gotta,
be.
gotta go through the process, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Driver said that's facts.
So
can't-
my wife
I-
wanna co-sign.
That's a fact, though.
It's amazing that this
I told
this
my brother
podcast
Hill
has come
almost got you
together.
killed. Rolling with Hill, you almost got killed, bro.
My fault,
I
Mom.
think, I think the three of us together is a very volatile situation for how we all respond to certain things. And I think it works out perfectly.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man, I really do. I was thinking about that this week. You know, it's 2020. It's my first work week of 2020, and I just been thinking about how I'm blessed. Even if I'm broke one week or I'm up
Talk to him.
another week, my
I've been
good
broke.
times, my bad times. You know what? I'm learning the later I get in life that I gotta appreciate everything regardless. I gotta appreciate the bad
A broke girl in the room.
because that's
how I
without
know.
the bad, I'm not gonna appreciate the good. And I just been praying on things that I've been thankful for, and I'm really thankful for you, AJ. I'm thankful for Michelle, Ashley, just my circle. I'm really thankful for that because I know a lot of people, and I'm talking to like my coworkers and things about their life, and it's people don't have what I have. It's like I feel wealthy
Yeah.
even though I'm not rich. You feel me? So it's like I really appreciate y'all, and I want y'all to know that, you know, because just in case, you feel me?
Oh, I love you guys, man.
All right, before we start crying out here, you know what I'm saying? We're going to wrap this up. Episode 58.
58.
I've been seeing my wife over here. She got a whole cart, so we got to wrap this up.
What's a whole cart?
She got a whole shopping cart. What think she been doing? Yeah. Just
You been
add stuff
shopping?
to the cart.
Women be shopping.
Yo,
Women
I'm
be
tell
shopping.
you, your eye skills is bald eagle. You elite with it.
Kept seeing cha-ching, just cha-ching go. I'm like, oh no, we gotta wrap this. This show got to end soon. I seen this thing about 30 minutes ago. I'm like, I don't
check your wallet here.
How many more times we got? Because it's gonna be more added to this cart, and we keep going. But episode 58.
That cart.
50 great.
Episode
50 great.
You already know. I'm Hill. That's Cannon. AJ. You catch us on all major podcast platforms. 3Man Weave, Instagram, Twitter. 3Man Weave. Your email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Hey, Boosie, holla at me, bro. Holla at me, Boosie. Holla at me, Boosie. Let me get this straight. Hey, we out.
We out, man.
Doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-man weave. We come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.